Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, and holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing. If you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a
One day, oh fuck, I dropped my lighter. One day I'll open the show and maybe I won't talk at all, or perhaps I'll do it all like by charades. Anyways, that I have to fix this. It's gonna be a problem if I don't. So let's just deal with it now together. Properly. Oh, fucking don't kick that, Paisley, because you'll turn off everything. Oh my god. That was almost a really big problem. Oh, crisis averted so far for the moment. Lighter retrieved. We're gonna need it today, guys. We have a couple fucked up cases, but first of all, I'd like to say, Cellulite Yoga Pants, is your phone okay today? Oh my gosh, what a laugh I had last night. I'm so glad that we all roll with the punches. You guys, seriously, making me laugh so much, but I seriously hope that you're a-okay today. And if you were timed out yesterday for whatever reason, we apologize. We apologize. Also, now, all the days are running together. You drove 84 miles round trip to get it fixed? Bruh. My god, that's really far. That's really far. Okay, that's the nearest place. I believe you. I don't think that you would be like, well, we've got one down the road about 2 miles, but I love those guys that are 44 miles away, or what was it? 42 miles away. 42 miles. Also, reminder, that's even more in kilometers. How many, hey Google, how many kilometers is 84 miles?
84 miles is approximately 135.185 kilometers.
Oh, that's far. 135.185 kilometers. Holy fuck. You have to drive that far to buy gluten-free bread? Oh my god. We have so much gluten-free stuff at the grocery store. It's insane. That's insane. 135 miles, or 135 kilometers. That's nuts. But we love that you did that. I hope you got bread along the way. I love gluten. But, oh, Cellulite Yoga Pants. I would love you to, look up are you allowed to have dates and walnuts? Or figs and walnuts? Because there's this Spanish company that makes this like date walnut cake, and it is so good, and it tastes just like a cake, but there's no flour in it. It's just dates and walnuts, or figs. There's one with 4 ingredients. It's got figs, walnuts, cinnamon, and honey. Fig, walnut, cinnamon, honey. Then the other 2, there's one that's fig almond, all it is figs and almond. The second one is called, fig and almond, and then there's the fig walnut one. No, it's not fig. Date walnut. Walnut date. Sorry. Anyways, the company is Mitica, Mitica, and they import them from Spain. But anyways, they're really, really good. They're also a really good emergency food because you can wrap them and they'll stay good for like 3 months. So it's a really, really good food to take for a hike, to take camping, to keep in your emergency stash if you live in a tornado-prone area, because it's not going to go bad very fast, but you can use it because it's delicious, so you'll actually enjoy it. Hi, Raw Dog Yogurt! Sarge, my goal every day is to make people hungry. But also, let's say in your car, so I live in an earthquake prone area, and so we are trained, we're supposed to have earthquake kits in our car, in your house, because the reality is that sometimes it's not about the immediate emergency and resources need to divert to serious emergencies, but it's about being able to be sufficient for a few days without electricity and running water. And so that is what we sort of prepare for here on the island that I live on. And so the fig trees all over the yard, I love them, Adam. Oh, so good. Anyways, but those are gluten-free naturally. And so it's not like, it just tastes so good, I promise you. If you ever see it at your grocery store, in the specialty department, yeah. Also, reminder, when we first started the channel, the first channel, I was in my kitchen and we would go off that back deck. And we had a fig tree in that backyard, but we also had kiwis. And kiwis you need both sex of plant in order for them to fruit. I don't think that figs are the same, Courtney, but perhaps your fig is lonely. Also, Adam, where I live, there are actually charities that will come around for free to your backyard, and they will pick your fruit and they will take it and leave you some and then give it to charity all throughout the city, because there's many, like my old house had apples, pears, figs, cherries. I love you. Anyways, I never liked figs until one time this girl that I was hanging out with was like, "Did you want to come over to my house?" And I went over to her house, and then it was like, she's like, "Do you want a fig?" And I was like, in the point of my life when I was like being adventurous and not saying no to things, and so I was like, sure. But in my head, I'm like, ew. Yuck. Ew. Yuck. And then I bit into it and it was the most delicious thing I've ever eaten in my life. And I think it was at peak freshness, peak perfection. I don't know what they did to these figs, if they cradled them while they grew or what, because I still have not met another fig that will top it. But I am keeping my eyes out now. I got home and I said, holy fucking figs. They're so good. But like most of the time, I think they work like for a small amount of time. Look at all the likes. You guys are making me happy. That's so sweet. Thank you. It's funny. There will be somebody who complains that I didn't start the court early enough. Speaking of the court, let's start with something that if you watch Credence and Mikey, you know the magnitude of. The boys are always finding cases or news articles, rather, of people that have a middle name of Lee. It's almost uncanny. Like, it's actually to the point where you wonder, did they set this shit up? Because I wonder. And then you realize, I guess it's just a really common middle name. I don't know. But this name stuck out to me like a sore thumb. Let's watch. Oh, let's actually hit the fucking button, Paisley. And hi, everybody who's coming in. Please hit the like button. We have a really great ratio today. This is Judge Baker. She doesn't like it when I record her court. Let's pretend like we're not doing it.
Yes, ma'am.
Crockett, we're waiting on Miss Whitley.
Your Honor, Mr. Crockett and Mr. Mescal are in the same room, his office. So just to let you know, they're both there.
Miss
I am
Whitley-
here.
Okay, thank you. Can you all turn on your camera and unmute, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Mescal is with you, ma'am?
With Mr. Crockett.
Oh, I'm sorry, with Mr. Crockett. Your attorney's, okay, great. I just want to make sure everyone is here who needs to be. Okay, we are live on the record and cause number CV 1306887. And this is a suit for modification of support order and motion to confirm support arrears. This was filed by the Attorney General's office on or about January 23rd of 2025, and all parties are present on Zoom today. This is a remote hearing, and I am sitting outside of Liberty County pursuant to the Texas Family Code section 201.1045, and I find nobody has objected to proceeding this way. Mr. Crockett, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Davy Lee Crockett.
Thank you. And counsel for Mr. Crockett, can you state your name?
Stephen Mescal.
Okay, thank you. And Ms. Whitley, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Yeah, Jessica Michelle Whitley.
Thank you. And Ms. Whitley and Mr. Crockett, can you both please raise your right hands to be sworn in? Do you each solemnly swear that any testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. You can lower your hands. And counsel.
Can we just talk for a minute about Davy Lee Crockett appearing from his lawyer's office, both of them having a bald head? It is the most fucked up lawyer's office I've ever seen. Why Davy Lee Crockett? Also, what a name. What a name. In Texas, of all the states, I love it. I love it.
For the Attorney General's office, please state your name.
Savannah Sorrells.
And Mr. Rose, you said you had an agreed temporary order you wanted to put on the record.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you may proceed.
Thank you. Your Honor,
Oh, before you go too far, Cellulite Yoga Pants said something that made me remember. I don't know what song you have in your head, Davy Crockett, Cellulite Yoga Pants, but what I do know, Brooklyn, did you get timed out yesterday too? I'm sorry. But what I do know is that coming up, we have ourselves a hot mic moment with a song that will be stuck in your head.
in this case, we are going to do temporary orders to modify the child support to a minimum wage child support of $230 a month beginning June 1st of 2025. And there will also be a modification on the arrears. The current, I just logged out. The current arrears would be a new arrears payment of $70 a month beginning June 1st, 2025.
I'm sorry, that was 75?
I'm sorry, what?
That was 75?
70,
70.
yes. And I can give you the amount if you need, but the,
Yeah, what is the amount they're all agreeing to?
yeah. It is, just a moment, Your Honor, just. As of, May 1st, the amount is, or to today's date, the amount is $2,809.85 for child support. There is no arrears balance. I'm sorry,
I can't type that
2,000.
and listen
I'm
at the same
sorry,
time.
I'm too fast. I know.
2809.85. Okay. And that was, and I think I also got lost because you said as of today, but I don't think you can do it as of today. So is it as of yesterday?
Yes, as of yesterday. The actually, yes, Your Honor, as of May 19th.
Okay. And he's paying $70 each month towards that judgment.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
There is no child support due for medical support, and there is no arrears balance on that. So those are the two adjustments for the, or the two modifications being asked for, and then asking for a reset date of September 30th.
Okay, so there's no, just make sure I heard that correctly. There's no changes in the medical support.
No, it will remain a zero.
Okay.
It's being paid for through Ms. Whitley.
It's gonna stay the same. Okay. You may call witnesses.
Ms. Whitley, will you raise your right hand? You don't have to raise your hand. Sorry, Judge, I'm taking over your job. Oh my goodness. Ms. Whitley, will you state your name for the record?
Jessica Michelle Whitley.
Ms. Whitley, you've heard the agreement that I announced to the judge. Is that your understanding of today's agreement for temporary orders?
Yes.
Okay. And you understand that that changes the balances, and we're going to come back in September to review the case.
Yes.
Okay. No further questions.
Mr. Mescal, do you have any questions further?
None.
You may continue. So,
Mr. Crockett, can you state your name?
Davy Crockett.
And did you hear the announcement being of our agreement being told to the judge?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you in agreement with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So those changes will take place June 1st, and we'll come back in September to review the case, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No further questions.
Mr. Mescal, do you have any questions for your client?
None, Judge.
Thank you. Thank you all for working this out. I'm going to approve your agreement and render judgment based on it. So I'm going to approve and render for agreed temporary orders in this case. I am modifying the child support, so it's now based on minimum wage. It's going to change from $700 a month previously to $230 per month beginning June 1st, 2025. I'm finding this, well, it's by agreement, I guess. I guess it's material and substantial change in circumstance. And I am finding and ordering a child support arrears judgment against Mr. Crockett in the amount of $2,809.85 as of yesterday, May 19th, 2025. And I'm ordering that Mr. Crockett pay that back at a rate of $70 each month beginning June 1st of 2025 as well. I'm finding there's no medical or dental judgments, and that the medical and dental support, the current obligations and the requirement to provide it, are going to remain the same as in the prior order, which was from April 19th of 2022. So that is the rendition. Ms. Sorrells is going to draft the order. Mr. Crockett, do you want her to send it to you to review and sign off on? I'm not sorry, not Mr. Crockett,
Yes,
Mr. Mescal. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I thought you meant me. You were looking at me.
You,
And
and I meant you. I'm like, maybe no one's hearing me. Yes, I'm sorry about that.
yes, Judge.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. So Ms. Sorrells will circulate this order and then submit it for signature. And thank you all. Looks like they logged off by accident. But she'll be circulating that for signature, and then we'll see you all in September 30th. So thank you. Same Zoom code and the same time. Thank you, Ms. Whitley.
Thank you.
Thanks. You may be excused as well. Thank you.
Isn't this what
Thank
Davy
you, Your
Crockett
Honor.
wears to jail, to court? Hi, American courts. You could probably tell us. Hi. I just remembered. You saw that in real time when I was like, I have the hat. Because again, my mind doesn't see things visually. Is this insulting to anybody? I'm sorry. I apologize immediately if it is. Anyways, let's move on to our next case. The case that I hope doesn't... The raccoons are insulted. I love it. Okay, next. Also, how good... Like, I don't know. I wish it was a game to be able to find random shit in your house. Because how quick did I find that? I did not have that ready to go. That was in a box. Anyways. On to the next box, which is, oh, right. We're on to this one where we're only going to watch the beginning. I don't like this judge. We've talked about it again. We've talked about it before. I'm not going to go on and harp about it, but I have a theory. But today I was giving her a second chance, and I heard this.
Is over.
Ashley Phillip for the Office of Attorney General.
Okay.
God damn it! Which one was it? I tried so hard! This judge is not chill, MB. She cuts the stream in the middle on purpose. I fucking know it.
Jose.
I take it personally.
6 years old. Broke my leg. Who is unmuted? I was running from my brother and his friends. Tasted the sweet perfume of the man.
Judge, I believe it's Miss Perez. Background noise.
Miss Perez, do you have background music?
I do. I'm trying to connect it to my headphone, but for some reason it's not.
Okay, don't connect. Jose, 6 years old. Broke my leg. Who is unmuted? I was running from my brother and his friends. Tasted the sweet perfume of the man.
Judge, I believe it's Miss Perez. Background noise.
Miss Perez, do you have background music?
I do. I'm trying to connect it to my headphone, but for some reason it's not.
Okay, don't connect to your headphones. It makes it. I'll put you on mute.
I didn't even have time to full screen it. I was like, get this, because she takes them down so quickly. And at first, I thought that it was just like somebody singing. And I was like, damn, they're pretty good at singing. Damn! One last time we'll listen to it before we move on to the next case. Also, I love the idea that she's trying to pipe the music into her headphones like, yeah, I'm at court and I'll deal with you, Judge, but I also need this to be going on as well. Okay? Thank you. Thank you.
Jose, 6 years old. Broke my leg. Who is unmuted? I was running from my brother and his friends. Tasted the sweet perfume of the man.
Judge, I believe it's Miss Perez. Background noise.
Miss Perez, do you have background music?
I do. I'm trying to connect it to my headphone, but for some reason it's not.
Okay, don't connect to your headphones. It makes it. I'll put you on mute.
Bravo. It was not the worst court appearance that we saw that day. I laughed. That is so funny. It's like I sing along to everything too, and I would like to have music going as well, but it's just funny to me that it's like, she's like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, I'm listening to that right now. I'm trying to put it on my headphones. Why the fuck would you do that while you're in court, ma'am? Oh, speaking of, you know what? Should we move over to Aguilar where we quickly, before we get into... Oh, yeah. Before we get into that one, let's get into this one. I think this is it. Mr. Lawrence! He's about to go for a walk, ladies and gentlemen, just like people do during court.
Look, I'm waiting on you to turn on your camera. Leslie Cook, I'm waiting on you to turn on your camera.
Man, thank you.
Cook, you're gonna need to get to a quiet place too. I hear a lot of other noise. Probably why you're not understanding what I'm saying.
I don't know. It's not allowing my camera to turn on. It's saying the host has asked you to start the video, and when I press start video,
I've sent you a couple requests. Try again.
okay.
Uh-oh, Cortez is on the move,
It
ladies
says
and
video is
gentlemen.
unavailable for use at this time. Please refresh the page or check your system.
Okay, maybe something on your end then. Okay. All right. Make sure you're in a quiet place, Ms. Cook. Do you both swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Ms. Cook, I need your answer. Ms. Cook, hello. All right, lost her.
Lost her in the woods.
We had to come back to you, Mr. Lawrence. We lost her there in the process. She's probably gonna try to reconnect. Not a good idea for you to go to a walk while we're in court. So just
Okay.
stay still so that we don't lose your connection too, okay?
Okay, no problem.
All right, we'll come back to you in a little bit.
All right.
Now, I was gonna cut it here, but then I thought, well, is he gonna just plop his ass down? No, he will continue to walk, continue to walk, continue to walk, continue to walk. Ahoy, Donald! Ahoy, hoy! These are just some beautiful bloopers that I managed to grab today. And this is one single day in court with me recording just one person. And I managed to grab this kind of fuckery. Fuckery is what I call it. Fuckery. Anyways, shall we get to a divorce? Shall we get to a divorce that we thought was agreed upon, but in fact, not so much? I think that's what we'll do. We gotta slow it down though, folks, because Paisley of the past records in 2x.
Morning, Your Honor.
Oh, calm your tits.
Right. We're in the District Court of Ellis County,
District
Kansas.
Court.
This is case number 2025 DM 41 in the matter of the marriage of Matthew Dimmel and Camilla Dimmel. And sir, are you Matthew Dimmel?
Yes, Your Honor.
And ma'am, are you Camilla Dimmel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So I know we had been on a hearing previously, and there had not been any service on Miss Dimmel at that time. I looked at the file today and did not see any return of service as well. So, Mr. Dimmel, were you able to serve Miss Dimmel?
It's still lost in the Philippines somewhere.
And Miss Dimmel, you do have a right to be served in this matter before the court can proceed. That is your right. If you can also waive the service and enter your appearance in this matter without being served, but that would be your decision. Ms. Dimmel, what are you wanting to proceed with today?
I'll just wait, Your Honor.
Okay. So Ms. Dimmel, you understand you have a right to be served the petition in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is your decision today to waive service and enter your appearance voluntarily into this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, looks like we lost video. Ms. Dimmel, are you able to get video back on? There we go.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so, and Ms. Dimmel, we are set for a final hearing today. Are you wanting to proceed with the final hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so, and Ms. Dimmel, you are representing yourself in this matter. Are you wishing to proceed without an attorney today?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Dimmel, you're representing yourself as well. Are you wanting to proceed today without an attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, and you both understand that I cannot give you any legal advice. I cannot tell you how to do things. I cannot advise you in any way how to proceed. Mr. Dimmel, you understand that?
Yes.
And Ms. Dimmel, you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you both want to proceed today representing yourself?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I guess, Mr. Dimmel and Ms. Dimmel, is there an agreement between the parties regarding property and debt division?
We've talked about it and we have some stuff to put in writing. I know I would just like to keep all my debt and property here.
I was just asking, Mr. Dimmel, your decree indicates that there is an agreement between the parties and it is attached to the decree, but I don't see an attached agreement.
Sorry, I might have misspelled that. We do not have anything in writing.
Okay. And Mr. Dimmel, you indicated the parties have spoken, and is there an agreement, at least orally, about the property and debt, or is there a disagreement?
I believe there is mostly agreement. She took the last couple of weeks. Sorry.
I don't need to know the specifics. I just want to know if there's an agreement or not.
I don't have all the details. We don't yet.
And Ms. Dimmel, do you believe that there's been some sort of agreement of the parties?
There is. We already talked about it, Your Honor.
Okay. So the court can only issue orders that that I hear evidence on. So if there's disagreements regarding any property or debt, and then I don't have, and then I've got to make a decision on just the evidence that's presented to me. So if there is disagreements, then we'll need to proceed in a different fashion. So and let me just start with this. Ms. Dimmel, Are you wanting your maiden name restored?
Maiden and restored, Your Honor.
Yes, so you can have, if you've changed your last name to Dimmel, you can have your maiden name restored then, upon the completion of the divorce. Are you wanting that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And what is your maiden name that you want restored?
And
What was that again? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
TAN, Tan.
Tan. Okay. Okay. So there's no attached agreement regarding the property and debt. So let's go over that on the record. I've got a divorce decree that indicates, Mr. Dimmel, you are asking for all your personal property, papers, clothing that is in your possession to be set aside to you. Is that what you're asking?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Dimmel, you have also indicated that you're asking that all of the respondents' personal property, personal papers, and clothing that she has in her possession be set aside to her. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. And Ms. Dimmel, is that your agreement as well? Is that the personal property in Mr. Dimmel's possession will be his, and the personal property in your possession will be yours?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Dimmel, it also indicates that there's one item that's in the respondent's possession that you are asking to be set aside to you, which is a Honda Click, a 2023. Is
I
that
would like
correct?
her, I would like her to keep that.
Can somebody look up what a Honda Click is? But turns out he bought her a car in the Philippines. And I think they were married for very short term, perhaps 2 years. And you and I both know you don't get fucking spousal support when you're married for 2 years. But he bought her a car, a Honda Click, in the Philippines, and he's wanting to give it to her. I think in the end we're not going to like this lady, because he seems very reasonable, and she seems like she might be taking advantage of the fact, what somebody said earlier, which is, I think he would take her back.
May I respect that. I want her to keep that. That's in the Philippines, and I want her to keep that.
Okay. And so then it's also, so you want that set aside to her?
Yes.
And Ms. Dimmel, any disagreement with that?
None, Your Honor.
Okay. And Ms. Dimmel, that's in your possession right now?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, does either party want to have that specifically listed as an item set aside to Ms. Dimmel, other than what you've already indicated that the personal property will remain with the person that is in possession of it? Do you want it specifically outlined?
No.
Ms. Dimmel, do you want it specifically outlined?
No, it's okay, Your Honor.
Okay, it's a scooter, not a car, Paisley. It's a scooter!
And Mr. Dimmel, you indicated that for Ms. Dimmel, there's two items that are in your possession that you are asking the court to set aside to her.
Oh, I must have got that backwards. I was wanting the two items in my possession to stay with me, and the cars and the truck stay with me, and the Honda Clip to stay with her.
Okay.
I must
So
have.
the 2011 Toyota Tundra and the 2010 Subaru Legacy, they're in your possession right now, Mr. Dimmel?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're asking that those two items be set aside to you. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes, it'd be very expensive to come in the Philippines.
Ms. Dimmel, do you agree that those two items should be set aside to Mr. Dimmel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you, Mr. Dimmel, do you want these two items to be specifically listed? Or do you want them to be listed under the provisions that the personal property remain with the party that is in possession of it?
Just include it in the all personal property.
Right. And Ms. Dimmel, are you okay with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so I've removed those vehicles from that, from paragraphs 12 and 13, as the vehicles that are in the party's possession will be set aside to those party, to that party. Is there anything specifically regarding personal property that needs to be specifically listed in the divorce decree, setting aside that item to a specific party? And I'll start with you, Mr. Dimmel.
None that I'm aware of.
And Ms. Dimmel, is there anything specifically that you would like to be specifically outlined in the decree set aside to you?
None, Your Honor.
Okay. So it indicates, the decree indicates that each party is going to be responsible for the debts that that party has incurred since the date of separation, which is November 18th, 2024. Mr. Dimmel, is that your request?
Yes.
And Ms. Dimmel, are you in agreement with that request?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, Your Honor?
Yes. So it indicates that each party is to be responsible for the debts that they have incurred since the date of separation, which is November 18th, 2024.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So it indicates that, Mr. Dimmel, you are going to be responsible for the debts and obligations of what's listed as a truck loan, house loan, and credit cards. Is that correct?
Yes.
Ms. Dimmel, do you have any objections to those being set aside to Mr. Dimmel?
None, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Dimmel, do you want the specific, I'm looking at your domestic relations affidavit, you've indicated that there are specific creditors for those, including, I think, a student loan as well. Are you wanting those to be outlined in that, or are you okay with how you've listed them?
I'm okay with how they're listed.
Okay. And Ms. Dimmel, are you wanting them any more specifically listed, or are you okay with how I read them off?
It's okay, Your Honor.
Okay. And it looks like for Ms. Dimmel, there is nothing specific listed as far as debts and obligations. Is that how, Mr. Dimmel, you wish to have that read?
I know she's got some hospital stuff. I don't know exactly all of what she had. If she wants to add some stuff in there, she can.
Ms. Dimmel, is there anything specifically that you want to list that you are going to be responsible for payment of?
I'm sorry.
Is there anything specifically that you want to list that you will be responsible, any debts that you'll specifically be responsible for, other than what's already included, that you'll be responsible for the debts in your name after November 18th?
None, Your Honor.
Okay. So it lists that each party is going to be responsible for those debts and hold the other party harmless of any of those debts, okay? Is that agreeable, Mr. Dimmel?
Yes.
And Ms. Dimmel, you're agreeable with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, Mr. Dimmel, it indicates on the domestic relations affidavit that there is a retirement account. I did not see that listed as being set aside to you or to Ms. Dimmel. Do you want that retirement account specifically listed in the decree?
No, it's just stays with me.
And Ms. Dimmel, are you wanting that retirement account to be specifically listed in the decree?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Next paragraph, it indicates that there is real estate and that it should be set aside to Mr. Dimmel. Real estate looks like in Rush County. Is that your request, Mr. Dimmel?
Yes.
And Ms. Dimmel, do you agree with that?
I know, Brooklyn, when he said that, it was like he was like, that was our retirement. I planned on it with her, and now he's gonna be alone. I feel terrible for him. Everybody deserves to be loved. Oh, don't make me cry.
That the real estate be set aside to Mr. Dimmel.
Yes, Your Honor.
There is no legal description on this decree. Mr. Dimmel, are you wanting the decree to be signed and filed without a legal description?
Yeah, that's fine. I recently sold the house, so
And Ms. Dimmel, are you comfortable without the legal description being listed on the decree?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And it it doesn't indicate which party is going to be responsible for the loan or lien or any other obligations on the real estate or any other debt on the real estate. Mr. Dimmel, you did indicate that you would be responsible for the house loan. Are you also going to be responsible for any other debt that's associated with that house or
Yep.
real estate?
yes, Your Honor.
Did you say? Okay. Ms. Dimmel, any objections to that?
None, Your Honor.
Okay. And are both parties agreeable to sign any documents necessary to transfer the property? I'll start with you, Mr. Dimmel. Are you agreeable to that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Dimmel, are you agreeable to that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Dimmel, do you believe there's been a full disclosure of all assets and debts of the marriage?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Dimmel, do you believe there's been a full disclosure of all assets and debts of the marriage?
Yes, Your Honor.
I didn't see anything regarding any investments or any stocks or anything like that. Mr. Dimmel, there's none of that type of property.
No.
All right. And Ms. Dimmel, there's no type of that property of stocks or investments.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And there are no minor children born of the marriage, is that correct?
No, Your Honor.
That's not correct, or is that?
Well, that's correct. There's no minor children.
Okay. And Ms. Dimmel, you would agree there is no minor children born of the marriage?
None, Your Honor.
Okay. And I don't mean to pry, Ms. Dimmel, but I have to ask this question. Are you currently pregnant?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right. The decree indicates that neither party is asking for spousal support. Mr. Dimmel, is that correct?
I am not asking for spousal support.
And Ms. Dimmel, is that correct?
With regards to that, Your Honor, I do. With regards to studies, we already talked about it.
Okay. So you
Curveball. Curveball. Did you see her face? See, everything was going swimmingly until this question, and now this gets interesting. But we had to lay the foundation. And I like being single somewhat too. I don't know. need a lot of attention.
Spousal support. Mr. Dimmel, is that correct?
I am not asking for spousal support.
And Ms. Dimmel, is that correct?
With regards to that, Your Honor, I do. With regards to studies, we already talked about it.
Okay. So are you asking for spousal support at this time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
With regards to studies, and he agreed to it.
And Mr. Dimmel, you agreed to pay spousal support?
I agree that I will help her, give her some money for college.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how much it is. She says she only has a rough estimate.
Okay. Well, so then how do you want why do you want this provision to be listed in the divorce decree?
Camilla, if she's got a number of what she's wanting exactly, we can figure out. I would like to do just a one-time payment if possible. If I have that much money, I'd like to just do a one-time payment and be done. Just like a separation
Ms.
type thing.
Dimmel, what is the amount that you're asking for?
Because I just like visited.
And this is where I really was like, oh, this poor fucking dude. He should have got a lawyer. Bro, you should have got a lawyer because you'd not. This is such a short term marriage. 2 years? A young adult? Able to earn? Left the country? I have a few thoughts. Come on. I feel terrible. 2-year marriage. That is. And she's about to ask for a fucking 4-year degree.
The school, Your Honor, and per semester, it 1 moment, it costs $628 per semester. What is that?
Okay. So what's the total amount that you're asking for?
Because we already talked about it that he'll be supporting me like 4 years in college. So it's like I for a semester.
For
So I don't
semester?
know yes, I don't know exactly. It's per year, per semester per year here in the Philippines. So I don't know like the exact amount for since he wanted to like pay the full amount for it. I just don't know how much it will all cost.
So it's $612 a semester. Is that what you had said?
Yes.
And so there's 4 semesters a year, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then how many years?
4 also.
So that comes up to $9,792. Is that your request? Ms. Demo, is that what you're asking for?
Yes, but I kind of talked to him about it. Like, I don't need like the full amount right away, since like it's really a big amount of money.
Well, if there's an agreement, then the parties have to tell me what the agreement is.
I told her I would help her pay for some of her schooling as much as I can afford. And she didn't know 2 weeks ago, she did not know what it was. So I told her to get those numbers. And is it 4 semesters a year or just 2 semesters a year?
What?
Is it 4 semesters a year? I thought it was just 2 semesters, spring and fall semesters.
Oh yeah, I was like, I can. Well, it's 4
4
here in
years,
the
2 semesters
Philippines.
each year.
What?
4 years, 2 semesters each year?
Yeah. But like I told you about like the university that I'm applying to, that I'll be applying for nursing, it's trimester.
Great.
Because in the other university it's 4.
Okay. I guess I just don't totally understand.
Oh my god, who feels even worse for him now? This is ridiculous. 2 years, she's already back in the Philippines. And let me just say, by the way, Filipino nurses are some of the most sought after in the world. That's true in Canada. I know that's true in America. There's nothing wrong with it. But there is something wrong with what seems like this nice guy, and you're fucking him and not fucking him. I'm doubting there was a lot of fucking other than this financial fucking. And I don't think that he's into it. You know, some people are into financial domination. Don't ask me how I know. But that's not the sense I'm getting here, although there is some financial domination going on.
Um,
Well, I mean, you
I don't agree to 9,000. That doesn't seem quite right. I'd I'd be willing to do like a one-time payment of like $2,000. That'd be like 100,000 pesos, a little over 100,000 pesos.
and Ms. Dimmel, is that agreeable to you?
Sorry, but like that's really not like what we talked about last time.
I told you I'd help pay for some of your college. I didn't say I'd pay for all of it. I don't believe I owe you 4 years of college when we were only married for 2 years.
But
And
that's what we talk about.
But we're not going to go back and forth.
Oh, fucking what? I talked about Hawaii a lot. Does that mean I get to go to Hawaii? Because if it does, do you know the kind of shit I talk about? Oh. I'm so glad he's standing up to her and saying no. Can he at least get a happy ending? Can we all just get a happy ending in Hawaii? That's all we all want. Please. Ugh. Hi, Bill. Welcome. Shit's just sort of hit the fan. I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell me what you think.
So, if there is a disagreement regarding any type of either spousal support or either equalization payment, then I'm gonna have to hear testimony of it. And then make a determination based upon law. So, Ms. Dimmel, if it's your request for either, are you requesting spousal support or are you requesting an equalization payment?
I don't like really know exactly, Your Honor. Because I don't also want to burden him with that. So
And this is the issue of representing yourself in a legal matter. I can't help you. So if you want either spousal support or an equalization payment, then I can swear you in and you can testify. We can go about that way. I think Mr. Dimmel had offered the 2,000 and I think you had indicated that you were not agreeable to that amount. So
it's okay, Your Honor. I'll just agree with that.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, so you understand you have a right to testify and to request either spousal support or an equalization payment. And it's your
Um,
choice to accept the $2,000 payment Mr. Dimmel has indicated.
with regards to the equalization payment, Your Honor, I don't really get it. I'm sorry.
That's okay. And I can't help you though. So,
May I explain?
now,
Sure.
Sorry.
so Ms. Dimmel, Mr. Dimmel had offered a one-time payment of $2,000. And so, if that's agreeable to you, then I can include that in the divorce decree. You have a right to request spousal support or any other type of equalization payment. That you indicated that you will agree to the $2,000. So you understand you have a right to request spousal support or an equalization payment? You understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor. But with regards to the spousal support, Your Honor, I just don't think like he'll agree with it.
Well, you understand you have a right to request that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Are you making a request then for spousal support?
Yes, Your
You are, okay. And so regarding spousal support, then what is your request?
Honor. Same like this is support for my studies since like if like he'll be paying just like a one-time payment and I'll be paying like the per semester, it won't it will really won't be enough for that. Since we already talked about it last time.
Okay. Well, that's not really does not sound like a request for spousal support. Um,
No, it sounds like a gold digger that knows how to scam people over video calls, to be honest. It makes me sad. It puts all of us foreign girls who love Americans in a bad way. Technically, right? Look at her little pouty face, by the way. I'm not getting what I want. I wanted my 4-year degree. Well, fucking stay married. Get on top. If you bounced on it for 4 years, I bet he would have kept you.
and I guess Mr. Dimmel had offered the $2,000 to help pay for schooling, and you did not agree with the amount, and then you later said that you would agree to that amount. So, regarding that, Ms. Dimmel, are you agreeable to the $2,000 or not?
I'll just agree with it, Your Honor.
I just don't want you to agree with it just to get this matter over with, because you need to understand your rights to request. But if you wanting to accept that, you certainly can as well. I just need to make sure you understand your rights and that you're giving up your right then to in accepting the amount of $2,000.
I'm accepting it, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Dimmel, regarding the payment of the $2,000, when do you propose to be paying that to Ms. Dimmel?
I will pay it today. I'll send it to her Gcash mobile bank.
Oh, I haven't heard of Gcash, but I like it. It excites me to hear. I'm kidding a little bit, but I can get one. Zoom user.
It'll be paid by the end of today's,
Yes, Your Honor.
by the business today. Okay. Is that agreeable to you, Ms. Dimmel?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm gonna write that in. This.
G-Cash. Thank you twice, Bill. Once from me and once from Streamlabs. Whew.
So the provision
Also,
I put in
Adam,
there is that the
if you're
petitioner
calling
will
it a
pay
B
the sum.
spot, that might be why you're having a hard time finding it. Try looking for the G spot, my brother.
Of $2,000 to the respondent payable by 5 p.m. on May 21st, 2025. Is that the agreement of the parties, Mr. Dimmel?
Yes.
Ms. Dimmel, is that agreeable to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are we done?
So,
Are we done? Are we
regarding
done?
the property and debts, Mr. Dimmel, do you believe what has been testified today is a just, fair, and equitable division of all property and debt of the marriage?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Dimmel, regarding the property debt and division testified today, do you believe that is a just, fair, and equitable division of all property and debt?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, regarding the divorce, Mr. Dimmel, you filed your petition for divorce. Were you a resident of the state of Kansas more than 60 days prior to that filing?
Yes, I've lived in Kansas my life. Sorry.
And more than 60 days have passed since the filing of your petition, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Dimmel is not on active duty with the United States military, is that correct?
No, she's
Yes, Your
not.
Honor.
But that's correct, that she is not.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Dimmel, you had filed your petition for divorce based upon the grounds of incompatibility. Are you still incompatible with Ms. Dimmel to live as husband and wife?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Dimmel, do you agree that you and Mr. Dimmel are incompatible and can no longer live as husband and wife?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Dimmel, are you asking that the court grant you divorce from Ms. Dimmel on those grounds?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Dimmel, are you asking the court to grant the divorce on those grounds?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, court will find there's jurisdiction over the parties. Court will grant the divorce on the grounds of incompatibility. Court will grant or will approve the property and debt division as outlined by testimony today and make the finding that it is a just, fair, and equitable division. Make the finding that both parties have disclosed all assets and debts of the marriage. The divorce decree will be signed and filed today. And so this divorce will be finalized for all purposes, except for the purpose of remarriage. Both parties, if they are remarried, either party remarried within 30 days of today's date, that marriage may be voidable under the laws of the state of Kansas. So, other than that, the divorce will be finalized. Anything further needed, Mr. Dimmel?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Dimmel, anything further?
Your Honor, can I add like with the credit that we have here in the Philippines? I'm sorry, we forgot to talk about it.
Okay, What are you talking about?
Earlier we just talked about like the school estimated fee, right?
I didn't catch that, but what?
The school estimated fee that he'll be giving like the $2,000, right?
Yes.
But there also like a credit for the orthodontic treatment that I had here in the Philippines. So I've already put it in papers, and also like the hospital bill from last year.
Okay. And so there's medical bills in the Philippines and medical bills in the United States, is that correct?
Just in the
No, just
Philippines.
here in the Philippines.
In the Philippines, okay. And that, so, regarding, I guess, then that, Ms. Dimmel, what is your proposal, or how do you wish to divide that debt?
Because no,
Go ahead, Ms. Dimmel, I asked you.
I don't know exactly how.
Mr. Dimmel, hold on.
Sorry.
Ms. Dimmel, how much is that debt? Who's it to? And I guess, first of all, just tell me how much that debt is and how you wish to divide that.
the total amount is $1,285.57, but I'll be deducting the $539.73, and like the only balance that we had there is like the $745.84 with the medical bills. And I've already talked about him. I already talked about it earlier before the hearing, like early in the morning. So
If we've learned anything, we know that early in the morning in the Philippines, people are very busy doing busy things, including talking about bills. Dogman, oh, there I am. Like I was hiding from you? Not I. I've been here the whole time for almost an hour and 15 minutes. Where have you been? By the way, do we think she should be just shit out of luck? Shit out of luck. That's what we'll say.
$746 in medical bills.
745. I said 46, right? Yes.
Okay, so roughly 746. And are you asking that Mr. Dimmel be responsible? Or are you gonna be responsible?
Actually, Your Honor, it will be split since I'll be going to ask for help with regard to the $539.73. So the only balance that we have here is the $745.
So are you asking that balance to be split between you and Mr. Dimmel?
I've already deducted on my end the 539 since the total is $1,285.57.
So the balance, I'm asking about the balance, the $746. How do you want that split? Do you want it split, or do you want Mr. Dimmel to be responsible, or are you
She just
asking to
wants
be
him to pay
responsible
for
it?
it, Judge.
Or are you asking it to be split between the parties? How do you wish that balance to
I've
be?
already talked about him that if like he can just like pay for it, and he agreed to it like when we talked earlier.
So, Mr. Dimmel, are you agreeable to pay then the $746 hospital bill?
She told me it was only gonna be like $200. I will pay, I guess I'll pay another $500.
We're not gonna negotiate here. I mean, look.
Yes, I'll just pay the 700 and some dollars.
Okay. You understand you have a right to request that debt be all responsible for her or for you, or to be split in any other way. You understand that, Mr.?
Yes, I just want to pay to get this over with.
So how do you want that listed then under that paragraph of the responsible debts? Are you,
I'll guess I'll pay for the medical bills from when we were married.
in this demo, are you okay with that being listed under the debts? That Mr. Demo will be paid for, as he stated?
Yes, Your Honor.
He should have asked for a payment plan over 10 years.
With that, then, anything further in this demo that needs to be addressed as far as property and debt division?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Anything further needed to be discussed or divided today regarding property and debt of the marriage?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Okay. And so with that, do you believe there's been a full disclosure of all assets and debts?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you believe the division that's been testified to is just, fair, and equitable?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Dimmel, do you believe now there's been a full disclosure of all property and debt of the marriage?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Dimmel, do you believe that the division of how that property and debt will be divided that's been testified to is just, fair, and equitable?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
So the court will grant the proposed division of property and debt as testified to the parties. We'll make the finding that there's been a full disclosure of all assets and debts, and that the property and debt division as testified to is just, fair, and equitable. So anything further, Mr. Dimmel?
With the extra money, can I push the date back a week?
On the $2,000?
Well, 2,000 and the other $700 and something cents.
What, I guess, the only date limit that was testified to was the date limit on the $2,000.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. That works.
Any other time limit?
No, that's fine. That works.
Okay.
I'll send that today.
And Miss Dimmel, any other thing further needed? from your
None, Your
perspective?
Honor.
Okay. All right, well, the divorce will be granted today, for all purposes, except for remarriage. Any remarriage done within 30 days of today's date may be voidable. So the court will sign the divorce decree today and get that filed and get you both a copy of that divorce decree. And with that, then we'll be adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you all. With that, then we'll be adjourned. I thought I was going to be done closer to 5, but look at us, it's almost 5:25. But guess what? That doesn't mean it's over, because there's someone else live. KTZ, I think, is live. I've set it up, so go have fun. Anyways, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Tomorrow's going to be a daytime show. It'll be earlier in the daytime. It'll be short and sweet. Get ready for that daytime loving from me. That's right. I don't know exactly what time it is, but it'll be daytime, not nighttime tomorrow. And do me a favor. Would you remember that I love you and I'm proud of you, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.
Ways down and ready to ride.